Delhi was a furnace in the summer. The sun beat down mercilessly. Kea, Minnie and Tico were cousins, spending their summer holidays together. Every evening they went for a walk. The children loved to explore their city and knew all the best places to find ice cream. They loved to watch the street vendors who sold everything from colorful toys to delicious snacks.
I'm the oldest. I'm 8 years old and I love to lead the way on our adventures.
Minnie was 7. She was the smallest and the grumpiest of the 3. Tico, at 6, was the youngest. He loved to make jokes and laugh. One particularly hot evening, they decided to visit Rajghat, a memorial to Mahatma Gandhi. They had heard many stories about Gandhi and were excited to see the place for themselves.
Hurry up, slowpokes.
Kea called. She was already out the door, waiting impatiently for her cousins.
It's too hot to hurry.
Minnie grumbled. She was still sleepy, having fallen off the bed that afternoon, which had left her in a very bad mood.
Come on, Minnie, it will be fun.
Tico came bounding out the door, making a funny face to cheer up his cousin. Minnie couldn't help but smile.
All right.
She knew she couldn't stay grumpy for long, not with her cousins around. They set off down the street, their laughter echoing in the evening air. The walk to Rajghat was long. The sun beat down on them, but the children were used to the Delhi heat. They walked hand in hand, pointing out interesting sights to each other. They passed by bustling markets, the air thick with the smells of spices and incense. They saw cows lounging in the middle of the road and dodged stray dogs and noisy auto rickshaws. Finally, they reached Rajghat, a peaceful oasis in the middle of the city. The memorial was simple and elegant, made of black marble, standing in the middle of a vast green lawn. The children took off their shoes and walked barefoot on the cool grass. It felt good on their tired feet. They ran around the lawn, their laughter echoing in the air.
Look!
Tico shouted, pointing to a nearby bench. A man was sitting on the bench, quite unusual, with a long white beard and a colourful turban on his head. He was surrounded by bags and baskets filled with colourful marbles and overflowing with eggs. The children had never seen so many eggs in one place.
Who do you think he is?
Kea whispered. They had never seen anyone like him before and were curious. They slowly approached the man.
Hello.
The man smiled at them, his eyes twinkled.
Well, hello there, little ones. Welcome.
What are you doing with all those marbles and eggs?
Minnie asked. She was never afraid to ask a direct question. The man chuckled.
Why, I'm the marbles and eggs man, of course. It's what I eat, you see.
The children looked at each other. They didn't know what to make of this strange man.
You eat marbles and eggs, isn't that dangerous?
Dangerous? Not at all. It's the secret to a long and happy life.
The man threw back his head and roared with laughter. He reached into a bag and pulled out a handful of colourful marbles. He tossed them into the air and caught them in his mouth with a loud crunch. The children gasped. They couldn't believe their eyes. The man smiled, clearly enjoying their astonishment.
Don't worry, they're not real marbles.
He pulled out another marble and cracked it open. It was made of sugar candy. The man then took an egg from a basket. He juggled it in the air, balanced it on his nose and made it disappear and reappear. The children were mesmerized. He then cracked open the egg and pulled out a tiny scroll. He handed it to Kea.
A little something for your entertainment.
Kea unrolled the scroll. It was a beautiful drawing of a peacock. The children thanked the man for his generosity. The sun began to set. It was time for the children to go home. They said goodbye to the marbles and eggs man and thanked him for the fun and laughter.
Remember, life is full of surprises. Always be open to the unexpected.
The children nodded. They knew they would never forget their encounter with the marbles and eggs man. He was a reminder that even in the heart of a busy city, magic could be found. As they walked home, they chatted excitedly about their adventure. Minnie wasn't grumpy anymore. The marbles and eggs man had chased away her bad mood.
Do you think he really eats marbles and eggs?
Maybe he has a special diet.
They laughed. They knew they would probably never know the truth about the marbles and eggs man, but it didn't matter. He had brought joy and wonder into their evening, and that was all that mattered.